most things are definitely better.
Like
phones are way easier now, but then there's like a payoff where you don't have as long as charging.
You recall the things that were great back then. You're recalling the best stuff. They were still fucking garbage.
No, yeah, that's true.
Still, like the amount of good movies that still come out are probably pretty consistent. Like Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, no, that's also true.
I also feel like it's kind of like, again, I'm using the term, but it's also like a bias because it's like things. It was like new ideas at the time, like they hadn't really been done before.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a new thing.
That's also true too.
Yeah. And then like since it's like the bar has been so shouldn't be, but there's this like invisible bar that no one really talks about, but then it's like it actually does come up, where it's like games have advanced so far that they have this huge regiment where you need like amazing graphics, you need like realistic like animation, and you need just like a fucking intense engine that can like.
The thing is, it's not that I deny it. I just think the numbers are really exaggerated.
No. But also like when a new game comes. You're a little shit. No, Corey. The fucking when a new game comes out, right? Because it's a new game, you have to put all this effort into photorealistic.
It's like doing your best troll face. I'm not impressed. Okay, go on, Chris.
Are we done here? You're not done here.
Stop fucking contorting your face, dude.
I don't think I ever think back about like.
I wasn't.
No, Chris has something to say.
I wanted to say, but we can't now though. He's gonna keep laughing every time we're gonna start talking. It's gonna happen.
Keep going.
Go ahead, Chris.
Look at this little troll.
Chris, go ahead.
Fucking what I'm trying to say here is fucking when a game comes out now, the photorealistic graphics take a lot of time to make, right?
Oh yeah.
And the photorealistic graphics and production values and the sound design, all this stuff masks a badly designed game way a lot. So all these games like are designed very poorly, but people don't seem to notice because they don't really know what they're getting into.
What did you think would happen when Occupying Land?
I guess it's also. And I guess that kind of cuts into something that I kind of wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Is like, this is something I want to talk to you, Jeff. It's kind of like an idea. I guess I'm going to segue into it. Is since we have all these cut and dry stuff where it's like, oh, we get the same. You know, I'm someone who hasn't really gotten into the series, but Call of Duty, it's all the same. We get the same gray matter, the same boring fucking like cut and shooter. Oh, I duck, I shoot, I get hit once, I'm dead on the ground, and then someone comes over and stabs me. It's like you get that. I am completely biased when I say this, but it's like people feel that we live in this gray area where it's like, oh, everything's so real. I remember when it was just fucking 4 polygons and we had fun, and it's like now things come out. And they bring back the stuff that we remember, and it's kind of like, it makes you wonder, like, it's like a game comes out, like, for instance, the Banjo-Kazooie guys are coming out, and they're making a new Banjo-Kazooie game, which I'm completely for. I think it's fucking amazing, but I also have doubts that it's like, it's been too long, stuff has come this way, and it's like, I don't necessarily want the same Banjo-Kazooie experience.
Well, also, did the guy who did Mega Man, did he do a Kickstarter game and it turned out horrible?
No, it was the fucking, like, executive producer who did it. It wasn't even the real Mega Man guy, but I think what it comes...
Did he get like $2 million? He got a bunch of money.
What it comes down to is I feel like nostalgia glasses fog a lot of people's like memory of what they remember a game used to be, and it's like movies too. Like people announce Zoolander 2, and I fucking rolled my eyes. I'm like, yeah, okay, you're gonna get the same enjoyment you got from Zoolander 2, and then like I thought Dumb and Dumber was gonna be trash. I was right. The sequel's awful, but it's like. What I'm basically saying is I feel like people want the old stuff because it was more simpler back then, but like, you know, like...
It's
Jeff, nostalgia. Yeah, there's a lot of nostalgia clouding. Jeff, there's something about like Symphony of the Night or something.
Yeah, they released... the original programmer / co-creator of the Symphony of the Night, he released a Kickstarter today.
What day is today? The 5/11?
Should I bring up... Do you guys know what the name of it is?
I didn't even know Symphony of the Night 2, the Symphony.
It's
game designers kickstarting games, man.
Man, hold on. I gotta talk about this for a second.
Shovel Knight was Kickstarter.
Okay, that's fine. That one gets a pass. No, I don't mean indie. I mean actual game designers, like and from the past doing it.
You know what it comes down to? It's like, oh, that one guy did like core art design for it's going to be the best game, but he wasn't the one who animated it. He wasn't the one who did the music.
Collaborative effort.
Yeah. Exactly. But that's the thing.
I was always like the costume designer for RoboCop. It's like, cool.
Yeah.
Right. You weren't the writer though.
No, exactly. And that's what people don't seem to realize. It's like, but they see that. They're like, perhaps you didn't know, this guy was the makeup designer for one of the new Marvel movies. And it's just like, and he's doing a Kickstarter for a fucking Marvel, like its own like Marvel breakaway, like its own superhero story. Right. And he did makeup for it. But it's like, Okay, but it's like you're not gonna get the same like validity.
Oh my god, it's already funded.
Yeah, here's the thing. So games are like
That's what I'm talking about.
Games are a team
just
effort,
a programmer.
right?
He didn't even what? He's like.
Yeah, alright. Hold on. So, the Castlevania Symphony of the Night, this game is called Bloodstained Ritual of the Night.
Terrible.
It looks it's basically a carbon copy of Castlevania. The main character is the same color scheme as Alucard from Symphony of the Night.
Yeah. They were asking for $500,000 and they're already up to $1 million.
Do you know that?
Yeah, they're up to $500,000 in one day. They're up to nearly $1 million now in one day. They pitched this thing with one bad Photoshop one bad mocked up screenshot, and
they
that's
just
it.
took a still from Symphony of the Night.
There was one guy.
One drawing.
There was one guy called Paper Bat, who's a YouTuber who did a Kickstarter for a game called Project Roxavia, and all he did was release concept art. He got like $13,000 and ran with the money. He ran with it. Mm-hmm. Never fucking said a word about it.
He's like a Let's Player.
Yeah, and they did. He's doing another Kickstarter now for a different game.
And he never finished the first one.
No, didn't finish. We just ignored it.
But Jeff, do you see what I mean? Like people latch onto that. They're like, oh, this guy coded. Oh, there's this design looks like the original thing.
They badly. I understand I understand what they want, but it's like looking at. It's like you look at this and you just question everything about it almost. Like the one piece of concept art. There's one enemy design which is basically a lion head with like 5 legs sticking out of it.
I think
if you're going to make a Kickstarter for a game, at least have a fucking playable demo or something.
This is gonna be. I don't want to sound
what the fuck is that?
Show me.
I don't want to sound rude.
What the fuck is that? What the fuck is
this is what they're selling the game with. So
I don't want to sound rude, but I feel like this is going to be the Mighty Number 9 effect.
Yeah, it is.
Where they have stuff, because let me tell you something. Mighty Number 9 had really awesome looking concept art of what potentially it was going to be, but when it was fucking released, it was like it looks like this awful
dude, you know the whole story behind that?
So what happened? What was the end result of this?
Disaster. And it looks nothing like the original.
They're not getting the game that they paid for.
Yeah.
Two things I was saying. I've only ever donated to 2 Kickstarting things. One was, I can't remember one of them. The second one was, I think, a documentary thing called like Fight for Space or Flight for Space.
I donated to that one.
Yeah, you did that one too. What the fuck? That was like 3 years ago, dude.
I think the thing is that guy, at least there's still proof he's working on it.
I always get emails from that where it's like, hey, but I'm still like, man, that was like 3 years ago. But then he made a second Kickstarter, and I was like, I'm not.
Oh, for the more money. Yeah,
I was like, dude, I really appreciate the cause, and I really appreciate all the people you have on, but at some point you just need to.
I feel like the hardest thing is these people just don't understand. Every time they try to set a budget, it should be like quadruple what they thought it was.
Exactly, because what happens, like with that guy, he's not being disingenuous. He's not running the point. But what happened was he was being too humble and asked for like half of what he needed. So pretty much you fuck with the audience, and then you don't get to do it, and you kind of waste their money. Maybe you get a boost to do like half what you need to do, but it just kind of fucks everybody.
Even with this Castlevania game, it's like if they would have just hit their $500,000 budget, there's no way they would have been able to finish it.
Like
$4 million.
Yeah, and he was like, I can't finish it, sorry.
No, yeah, what happened was,
but the budget was like
it was poor budget management, and he didn't.
Wasn't he asking?
He asked for more money because he couldn't like manage the fucking.
What was he originally asking for?
I think it was something like
200, 300,
400, maybe 200, maybe 240,000. I believe
it was a couple $100,000. Is the point.
Yeah,
he got $4 million. I was like, yeah, sorry, I can't do it.
But someone like I guess it's weird because like those guys they make great games. Way Forward. Yeah. They did that thing for Shantae, and that game they're way forward. They made good games in the past. Very simplistic, like their girls are cute and they make these games, and it's like, again, like Skullgirls. They had a goal, but they were very community oriented, which is something not a lot of Kickstarters can do, but they were already like in the community, so they would reveal stuff. They had artists who worked behind the scenes who would like show off secret screenshots, and it was just very like fun on its production.
The reason Skullgirls got done is because the programmer was very passionate about fighting games. He knew what he wanted. He knew how to make it, and they hired talented animators, and they had a proper budget.
It's pretty fucked up when people do a Kickstarter and then you change things after you get money. Like I know there was a series called
like a bait and switch.
There was a series called Bee and Puppy Cat,
Yeah.
And they did a pilot, and then they did a Kickstarter for a series, and they changed the character designs for no reason.
Yeah, no, that's something.
For no reason. It was a completely different art style. Like, it wasn't drastically different, but like the character designs were changed and the art style was different. And people didn't give money to that art style, they gave it to the other one.
Yeah, I think
and fucking 90% of the comments were like, this is what happened to the art style I paid for. I don't want to see this.
Dude, that's it. That's the Mighty Number 9 effect. It's
Yeah.
the disingenuous. Is that the word? Disingenuous?
Just not being genuine, yes.
Yeah, and that's what it is. They weren't being genuine, and when they released the product, it was nothing like they wanted. It was this like fucking.
You don't get to change something once you get the money. You can change as much as you want before you get the money, but after that, you're fucking locked in.
All right, guys, listen. We got a lot more questions. Shut up! Shut up! We got a lot more. Okay.
Lightning round.
Yeah. All right, guys. We got a lot more questions to get through here, but I want to make sure. Fuck.
Go.
All right, guys, it's getting a little bit late here, but we want to make sure we get through as many questions as we can, all right? So we're going to hit up a little bit of a lightning round.
All right.
All right, you guys ready? All right, here are the rules. Here are the rules. Answer lots of questions. Fuck your tangents. Let's go.
Yeah, no tangents. Go.
All right, here we go.
Big tits, go.
Aphrodicus asks, if any of you had children, how, when would you expose them to the internet?
I'd whack him again.
Fuck kids.
Yeah, no kids. No,
Not
no.
literally.
I'm not interested.
Not literally.
Yeah, kids.
Unless they're asking for it, unless they're showing their ass.
Introduce them to the internet when they're 14. Go next.
All right, next. When they're a teenager. There you go. That's the internet. All right, here we go.
Stop it.
Shut up.
Corey.
Waft
I'm making my own boss.
It's gonna be a stroke.
Zach and Chris are credited in the latest JonTron episode, the Starcade one. Could you tell us what you did?
We help write it next.
We help write it, yep.
Perfect.
Who cares?
All right, here we go. Smat Chain asks, have you ever gotten in an argument with a feminist or somebody who was obviously narrow-minded in real life? Yes, all the time on fucking Twitter,
Go
every
to my
day.
Twitter.
All the fucking time, every day.
Jeff Heston had some fun too with images.
Just turn on your computer.
Everybody, Jeff is a feminist. Do not offend next.
All right, here we go. We've got Snid Gurdon asks, what idea notion do you find absolutely terrifying? Zach's face? Just kidding. Zach's ass.
Wait, what?
T800s. Next question.
What do you find absolutely terrifying?
Meeting my dad again for 5,000.
Translucent fingers.
All right, here we go. This is from Fiestu. What is your quote-unquote comfort zone? Location, food, weather, etc. What makes you
McDonald's.
most at ease?
See, the big plastic raw McDonald laughing at me. Makes me happy.
Wawa?
Okay, Wawa, and sitting in a bathtub.
I like sleeping.
Watching Jeff sleep, watching Chris take a bath. Go.
I like lying in bed pretending.
A small cozy room that's a little lukewarm.
What's your comfort zone?
Sitting in a beanbag. Bathtub.
A small cozy room that's a little lukewarm.
I like laying in a carpet across the
lukewarm room.
I like being in a hot, fucking muggy office
I
with
like
my best
being in a-
pals recording the
I like being in a
podcast.
sweaty steam room.
No, I mean the shower is definitely one, but
Let me go.
fuck you. All right. The Bothering asks, who's your favorite comedian at the moment?
No McDonald. Oh, he's a baby. Oh, he's funny.
Oh, fucking no.
He's so smart, baby. Oh,
favorite comedian.
You guys make me laugh.
he's a smart baby. Oh. Stop. Look at when he talks.
All right, next question.
Stop looking at me.
Fucking.
I feel so.
All right, here we go. Slow Wiener asks, topic for a conversation. Ed Atlin, this underrated gem in his opinion, has worked with Zach and Corey, so you obviously got to know him a little bit. Can you please talk about your experience with him, and also what do you think of his animation comedy style? He seems like a really awesome guy.
Ed Allen's a very funny guy. He's very underrated. Quite both worked him. Go to his channel. It's Ed Allen.
I met him on Skype. Last time I got
Go to
audio
his
from him, he was
MySpace.
very sick, so he probably is dead now.
Oh no,
He's
like
dead.
genuinely sick?
Yeah, he was super sick. He's probably dead now.
He had
Okay,
cancer.
that's
It's
all
horrible.
right.
He's a dead man. He's a dead man walking if he's still alive.
All right, here we go. This is from Lekix. Jeff, I remember you saying on Twitter a long time ago that your favorite show was Murder, She Wrote, and I was wondering if if you would ever consider being a writer if they ever decided to remake the show for modern audience.
Yes, I'm a huge Andrew Lansbury fan. I'm working on my fan fiction. I'm going to send it in. Thank you. Next question.
I would love to see you fucking writing on that. All right, here we go. This is from Tobia guy. Oni, I'm curious as to how exactly you figured out how to make music. I study music and I've always been curious. I study music and I've always been fucking ass, Zach. This is lightning round, not retard round. I studied music and I have always been curious as to whether anyone can learn how to be music, or if it is just a thing you are born with. Thanks.
Here's my music lifetime. I started off making ringtones on my Nokia 3510. Then I started importing MIDI into Fruity Loops and looking at how you make music with the chords. Then I started learning music theory on YouTube. Then I started learning to play piano. Then I became a master of music at the end.
Can I say something?
Can anyone do that?
Can I say something?
Okay.
Okay, when I learned music, it was because I learned it from you. I was making music. I wasn't going.
No, you were doing that with every other fucking question.
Excuse me. I was going.
Can we come up with a lightning round theme?
What's that?
Can we come up with a lightning round theme?
Yes, and we'll play it in the background.
I was just doing it.
Do it. Okay.
No, do the American Gladiators theme.
No, do it. Okay, if he does that, we should all chime in with a percussion, right? So you go do it.
Okay, so it's like do 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 do
This is like a 70s cop buddy show. Get the fuck out of here.
Lightning round. Lightning round should be like. Alright. Oh, fuck, your phone's not yet. Or not died, it just turned up. Alright, there's a couple more questions. Alright, next question, lightning round. We've got, from another normal Nick. What are some of the things you would like to do before you die? Something like a bucket list.
I don't think it didn't happen. I just think that was really exaggerated. So I'm moving on.
Cut my dick off, eat it.
I want to visit.
Yes.
I just want to visit.
I think the numbers are really exaggerated. If you look into the facts, I'm not doubting. I'm saying look into the facts. There's nothing wrong with questioning history. 6 million, I don't think so.
What are you talking about? Next question.
Look at Jeff right now. Look what you're doing to him.
I'm not saying I don't believe it. Let move on.
All right.
I don't see a fourth Holocaust. Thank you.
All right. Zerg.
I wasn't talking about the Holocaust. What's your fucking problem?
I want to live through 3 more Holocausts. Thank you. Next
I know
question.
what I want to do. I want to key the Batmobile. Next.
Which one?
I want to feel
Never mind.
The real one.
What, go.
I want to fucking jerk your dick off, dude.
I want to kiss the president. Okay.
I want to suck a dick, dude.
Zerg Tagi asks, I would love to listen to Zach talking about world news and what he thinks
And
maybe
nobody
stuff
else.
happening in Ukraine.
Nobody else.
boring.
Thank you. That's cool. Go to Twitter for that.
All right, here we go.
There's something called the History Channel.
Broken Spikes, where do you...
Fuck off, Jeff. Talk about fucking Mad Max. Fuck you, motherfucker.
Broken Spikes
Fucking
says...
done. You pick up every day. Every school.
We got World War I. We got the French Revolution. We have World War II. We have the Vietnam War. Oh, what else is there? The fucking JFK assassination. No one gives a fuck.
Broken Spikes, where do you guys see Sleepy Cabin in 10 years? We're all dead. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
In 10 years?
Split up. Broken. Losing money.
Dead.
All day except for me, I have stayed atop a hill, smiling.
He's a senator. Zach is a senator in Iowa.
Realistically, though.
All right, here we go. D&D Movies 42. Oh, wait.
Nice move, nice name, you freak.
That's the worst film ever.
Okay, Fuck That's So Good asks, what is the dumbest way you ever tried to stay home from school?
When I was a kid, I tried to be Peter Griffin.
Shoot up bananas with some fucking peanut butter, and then I remember waiting for my mom to come up to my room, and I told her I wasn't feeling well, and I spat it. This is when I was about 8 years old. I spat it on the ground.
I hit him with
I did chicken soup. Didn't work too well.
No, actually, one time I actually tried to get myself sick. Like I remember they said if you like had wet hair and had a fan blowing on your head, so I actually did that. I got my hair wet and I stood in front of I slept under an air conditioner all night long, hoping that I could get fucking sick. Really sick. Yeah.
I hid in the closet and locked myself in and freaked out and started hitting on it in the random afternoon because I was still tired, so I kind of passed out on my clothes.
After school's over, though.
Corey,
No, to stay back in school.
One time I figured out if you rub Vaseline in your hands and rub it on your face.
Wasn't the question to stay
home from school.
Yeah, stay home.
Your head will also slip up an elephant's butt.
You need to go into this. What?
To stay home from school, to not go to school,
Yeah.
I hid in my closet. Yeah, because they didn't see me.
afternoon.
Huh? To to stay home.
Did they not bring you to
You
school
said
every
you
day?
were doing this in the afternoon.
No, in the morning.
Corey,
Oh, all
how
right.
did you get to school normally? Did you walk there?
I take the bus. I just thought I could maybe sneak. I thought I could actually. It was like a test. It was like I wonder if I can just stay in my room.
wide-eyed in
But
the closet.
I locked myself in the closet, so I was freaking out and
Why did
screaming
you
my
lock?
hell.
You didn't have to lock the closet.
It locked by itself.
That's what you get for being...
Let me go, come on.
I think we answered everything.
I've got a good question.
Hey, we have like tons of questions on subreddit. Just open up the
Why-
Reddit and start reading questions.
Where is Sleepy Cabin?
Where in the
What
world
is the address? Rebels fan X27 asks, what do you think of monkeys that have throats like frogs?
They're my favorite.
I think they say,
Corey, have you seen those monkeys? There's monkeys that have these big fucking disgusting, like, translucent throats. Every time I see them, I want to stab them in the throat with something.
I know. And see
Yeah,
it
good.
pop
if you
and
stab
see
it,
it.
go,
Alright, so the best. Alright, if you want to.
Alright.
Sort of by best.
They're total sick.
Lightning round, motherfuckers! Are there any other YouTubers that you met in real life that were just complete dicks? Like you tried to make friends with them and they gave you the cold shoulder, something like that?
Counter Utah 001.
Alright guys, here we go. We're going to end the lightning round with this final one from Toby Sarah, and that is, could you do another improv story? Thanks, but this is a lightning round story, so you don't get to sit around thinking about it. Alright,
wanna go bowling, Dad?
Chris, come on, lightning round. We got to do improv story. Go, go in circle. No, do a story. Don't do fucking fake ass.
Improv, you bitch.
Alright. Once there was a beautiful horse in a field and a young Indian boy who would ride the horse.
He dreamed.
And then realized Mick was watching Neverending Story.
You ruined it.
and then Artek died.
Yeah, then he
Fuck, now we're saying the never-ending story.
And the rock monsters ate rocks.
He is an Indian dude.
They looked at the horse and said, I will be your friend. I will become your friend.
No, we gotta start again. It was a never-ending story.
Fine, you guys start.
Okay,
You guys
I'll
start.
start it.
No, look, hey, Corey.
Okay, there once was a skinny man, droopy-eyed retard baby who drooled and vomited on his parents until they got tired of it and fucking dropped him off at, I don't know, healthcare clinic.
What shall we call him? Corey, she said.
Corey's dad walked in. He looked down in disappointment. He picked up this new baby by his dungarees and he threw it at the wall.
And then he said, and then in a bit of depression, he watched Batman Returns and he said, "This is a great movie. Let's put him in a baby couch and throw him in the sewer." And he did that. And he floated, and they ran away as if Corey floated down the sewer. All right.
Corey, no, it's my turn. Baby Corey floated down the sewers, only to be washed up on the shores of the YouTube Let's Player University, where he was accepted, and they brought him up the stairs into the dean's office, who then decided to give him a free scholarship.
Okay, I learned the arts of being really funny and entertaining to kids. I learned how to dangle my keychain and fucking make babies coo. And little did they know, I pulled out the max, but I was actually a droopy-eyed retard baby. And learning the deceit, or whatever it is, they banished me from the Let's Play channel, and I was forced to walk amongst the fucking loser animation community, where I met a bunch of fucking mouth-breathing retards who were drawing on walls. One was named Zach, one was named Jeff, one was named Mick, and a really handsome elf boy named Chris.
He walked in and said, "Hello, my name is Chris."
Okay, this is garbage. That's it. Get off the podcast and then end it right now.
Yay!
On this crazy episode, we're going to discuss what you guys have all been asking for. Nick, what is it? What's the crazy?
Mud.
Okay, what about it?
Slippy.
Thanks for listening.
This has been good.
Special
Thanks for
episode.
joining us. Don't forget to donate to the Patreon.
Give us $100 for this great episode. Thank you. Fuck you.
Slippy shirt's coming soon.
There is a world as tangible as our own, impossible to see yet unavoidable to sense. A world enveloped by a seemingly unending ocean of forests. Buried deep in that forest, tucked away neatly within a blanket of twilight, lies a quaint little cabin. And in that cabin
It's a bunch of guys who's a bunch of bullshit.
Welcome to Sleepycast. I'm Tomar. I'm here with
Jaxie.
Zachariah, Zach boy.
Krista.
Boo. And Mick, actually, there are a few questions if you want to start with a few questions from the patrons.
Now, these questions,
Yes.
if I'm correct, Nick,
Yes.
and feel free to correct me.
I will.
These people, these fine folks, these freaks, donate money to us, to our Patreon.
Yeah.
They fund us, they fund our work and so forth, and they get to ask these special questions.
They do. They do. They get to ask questions like, why does Zach's voice sound all fucked up?
Stop it!
I'm not kidding. That is.
There's a joke and there's a fucking real line.
There it is.
All right?
From Pale Hound.
Take your money. I don't fucking want it. All right? This isn't a joke even.
Okay, I
don't even want to do it anymore.
No. Shut up. Here's a real one. And I'm actually curious, too, what the answer to this is for all of us here. Nathan Brown asks, when was the last time any of you sexy men, women, went on a vacation? And where did you go? When was the last fucking vacation?
Ooh, like you. Okay, let me asterisk this with. Let's clarify a vacation as someplace you go and do zero work and you go there just to relax, right?
I'm on vacation right now.
Yeah, that's true. I guess this is it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're Jaxie and I are here on vacation in Philly because we just wanted to see our buddies so much.
For those who don't know, these two, Tomar is a voice actor, Jaxie's an animator. They're married. Sorry, boys. And they visited us for a thing called Pico Day.
Yeah.
Which is Tom Pope, a very scary man who runs Newgrounds. He hosted an event. He lays back, it's just Moni and jacking off. It's very creepy.
But you guys might know them as Jaximoto, which is kind of like the Brangelina.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they like morph their names together. Yeah.
That's the thing we did. Because I used to be Tomamoto. Nobody calls me that anymore.
I do.
I just go by Tomar.
I always thought it was like a weird spelling of tomato. I just called you Tomato Man for a long time.
The story behind my online name is stupid, and I'm not going to tell it.
Does it have to do with tomatoes?
It has nothing to do with tomatoes.
I'm curious.
It's some anime character, right?
You can't just leave it now.
All right. No, okay. There was a Sega GT ad. This was in Dreamcast magazine, just to date it.
Okay.
That magazine, I think, ran for less than 2 years. So sometime in like 2000, I thought this was a really funny ad, and it featured a character named Benimoto, who was just this really stereotypical Japanese man who was like, "Oh, Benimoto, go Kiki fast!"
I thought Benimoto was a chef. I thought there was a restaurant.
There might actually also be another Benimoto, but this was for a Sega GT ad.
Right.
And I just thought that was a funny ad, and so I went by Benimoto for a year, and I was like, everyone's gonna think my name's Benny. So somehow I'll be Tomamoto. That it's stupid. I told you it's a stupid story, but that's how I came up with my name.
That's a better story than some of us.
Story.
Yeah.
You're a room full of stupid usernames.
So that's
Jaxie.
That's Tomamoto. I like my.
Where did Jaxie come from?
Yeah, where did Jaxie come from?
Nowhere. It's just
It was the name of a
easy to
character
spell.
that you designed, right?
no.
It wasn't? Okay.
It was Ajax that my friend gave it to me, my best friend from middle school, and then it just kind of graduated.
I was
to
kidding.
Jaxie.
I didn't think it was a bad username.
Well,
I thought it was one of the better ones.
It's
Why?
easy. It's
Psychic power.
yeah. No, when I have to sign my username, I usually just like I'm fucked because it's 13 characters. His name is 4, and yours is like 5 or 6. Nick, you're in the same kind of boat as me because your name is
Yeah,
like
dude, mine is so
10 characters.
stupid. I had no idea when I signed up to my account that was going to be the name.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? To kind of
yeah.
associated with
Yeah.
well, where
everything.
did Rice Pirate come from?
It was because I'm half Chinese, half my name means rice. Me is rice, and Mick, Mika is my name, and then I was into pirates at the time.
Well, that
was
makes sense.
Right.
I know, but I don't know. I'm not.
Rice Pirate's a pretty cool name.
It's
I
fun.
know.
Okay. So enough about the names. Back to the vacation. But Zach, what's interesting is you said you had to specify where a vacation is where you do no work. Another thing that I think is important to specify is like I feel like a lot of times when we go on vacation, especially with family, there is nothing relaxing about
because
it.
you're thinking about work the whole time.
No, not work.
Because it's family.
Yeah, it's family stress.
Family, yeah.
You're like the obligation of like going. It's like okay, it's dinner time, or we get up. It's already noon. It's like
Yeah, it's very by the books kind of. It's very clinical. It's like okay, now we have to get up and have fun.
Right.
4 o'clock is fun time.
Right.
Yeah.
We better have fun at that time.
And it's almost like every time there's a quote unquote vacation, I need like 3 days to like relax to like work that out of my system just because of the stress of my quote unquote vacation.
Vacations, to me, honestly, as gay as it sounds, I like the little moments where you're driving and you have like an hour to yourself or something. You just put the radio on, like that. That's
Zach, are you saying that every time you get in your car and go for a long ride, you call that a little mini vacation for Zach?
I would say that.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stop it!
Fucking. Yeah, last time I went on vacation was to New York with my parents, and that was like years and years ago.
How relaxing was it?
Not.
Yeah.
Because they're like, let's go see the Statue of Liberty. It's like, cool. No one else does that.
Yeah.
Let's go